My Niners. How the tables have turned.
Let's talk football.
Alright! What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast, and where sports are pretty much everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we are talking about the 49ers losing again on the road to the Minnesota Vikings again. And man, was this a big time upset. I mean, I had the Niners picked for crying out loud. And heck, who didn't? Because the Niners have looked like the team of destiny for the past 5 years. But nobody expected this. Just like last year, the 49ers went on the road to Minnesota, losing in the same exact score for some weird reason. But Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings ended up ultimately beating the 49ers. But the question is this a concerning loss for the 49ers? Now, I'm going to be going over this here in a second. But before we get started, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, let's talk about this game. So, the 49ers. I mean, Jordan Mason did look good in parts throughout that game. The 49ers pretty much, as far as statistics go, they won every single category. They were even as far as turnovers go, but they couldn't finish it when the moment mattered the most. And Purdy, and I say this with all due respect,
he has to finish it in the big moments.
you have to show up. Every single game is about moments. It's not just about you being to a Super Bowl and lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, which you're even scared to play against for crying out loud. It is about showing up when it matters. And you couldn't do that. And I'm not going to go off too much on the Niners because they're still a really good team. You are without Christian McCaffrey, and that might have some respect to do with the loss. And they also lost Deebo Samuel. Hopefully that brother's okay. We never like to see anybody get hurt. But the Niners, they had to show up in this game, and they lost a big time one. Because the Vikings, they beat the Giants. They beat the New York freaking Giants. You had this game in the bag. You beat the Jets a few weeks ago, which they're still fraudulent even though they won this week. You have to show up. You gotta show up. Because even though you're good in the regular season, even though you could possibly make the playoffs again, even though you can still win the division, which the currently Seahawks win it, are in the league right now. Not that I'm expecting it. I'm enjoying the moment while it lasts. The fact of the matter is,
you have got to beat Kansas City.
In order for me to put you any higher, because right now, especially after this loss, you ain't ahead of the Detroit Lions. You ain't even ahead of the Eagles. And you are for certain not ahead of Tampa Bay that just upset Detroit here, which I didn't expect either. You have to show up. Period. You have got to show up. And the Niners, their defense, gave up 23 points to their former backup quarterback in Sam freaking Darnold. It wasn't J.J. McCarthy. It wasn't Kirk Cousins. It wasn't Brett Favre.
It was Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. I mean, are you kidding me? This is a big concern. Now, of course, it's not that big of a concern because there were injuries during both the game and some leading up to this because Christian McCaffrey did get hurt and has the Madden curse again, as does every single player that is on the Madden cover. But my point is to the 49er fans that are watching. No matter how good you look, no matter how good your team might appear to be, If you don't beat Kansas City, and this is a fact, you are not going to win a Super Bowl. Because the last two teams, let me point this out. The last two teams that have not been Kansas City have beaten them. Tampa Bay in Super Bowl 55 beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. And then the Rams, they beat you in the NFC Championship game a few years ago. They went on to beat the Chiefs, and they beat them a few years prior. Now it wasn't Matthew Stafford. I get that. It wasn't Matthew Stafford. But it was Jared Goff. And it shows you must beat Kansas City if you are going to be deemed worthy of being a Super Bowl contender, or if you even have a chance. But until further notice, you still got to beat Kansas City in week 7. And until then, it's the same. It's going to be the same thing for me as far as anything else is concerned. But let me know in the comments what you guys think down in the comment section below. How concerning do you think this loss is to the 49ers? Which I think it's a little bit of a concern. Not too big of a concern, but still, it is concerning. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Ciao for now.